Hello everyone, welcome to part 81 of Laravel 11 series in which we are creating the e-commerce website with Laravel and MongoDB. So we are going to work on Laravel helpers and we are going to create helper function for card items count. Okay, so helpers is the PHP file that we can use as the global file in which we can add the function, we can create the function for the global use. Okay, so that just we are required to create that function once and we can use it anywhere in Laravel. Okay, so let's start working on these helpers and let's start creating these helpers. Okay, so first of all we are going to create the helpers folder inside the app folder. Okay, so I'm going to open the project. Inside the app I'm going to create this helper folder here, and sorry, yeah, I will remove this folder. Helpers is the name of this folder, and inside that I'm going to create the file here in another file, PHP file, helpers.php. Okay, so I'm going to create here helpers.php file, helpers.php, and we are going to save this file. See, use both here. See, I'm going to remove this txt. It will be helpers.php, and here you can see this helper, it's though it's given in caps, we are going to make the same name like helper.php. Okay, we are going to make its name like helper.php like this. Okay, so after that what we are going to do, we are going to register this helper.php, and that we are going to do, we are going to add it in composer.json, and we'll run the composer dump-autoload command. First we are going to add this one in the composer.json, and here we are going to add this one. Here the syntax is that in autoload, see, autoload is that thing that going to autoload every time whenever the PHP runs, whenever our Laravel runs, it's going to autoload. Okay, so here we are going to add this one, files. Okay, yeah, under files we are going to add the path of this file, that is the helper.php file. Okay, so after adding this, just we are required to run this command, composer dump autoload. So that command we are going to run for our project. I will right click on project 11, services, new terminal folder, and here I'm going to run this one, composer dump autoload, and it is going to just register this helper.php so that it will autoload every time when our Laravel project runs. Okay, so it has been done, and now let's create this function in helper.php file. After including the card model, we are going to create this function. Okay, so I'm going to open this helper.php file here and going to create this total card items function, so that will sum up the card items. So right now, see, we don't have the or check right now, so it will go to the else condition, and it will just sum up with from the session id, as we are using the session id right now. So it will sum up all the product quantities. Okay, so it will check that how many product quantities are there. I'm going to show you in the MongoDB that we are using as the database for our project. Okay, so it will sum up and will show that total card items, and that we are going to return with this function. Okay, so in the, so we are going to connect this, and we are going to open the project 11, and here you can see that we are going to work on this cars collection, and here you can see the product quantity is there. So like product quantity is 1, product quantity is 2, 2 plus 3, 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 5, like this it will sum up, and it will compare with the session id. Okay, and it will sum up and will show, will turn that total card items. So after that, we are going to modify the header blade file in which we are going to call this total card items. Okay, so in header blade file, as we are going to display the total card items, so in header blade file located at the front, we are going to have this total card item here. So like this, we are going to have this total card items. Okay, so after getting this total card item, we are going to display these total card items here in our file. I'm going to search for total item round, and here we are going to show this total card items. So here we are going to show, and as well as here we are going to show, and also we are going to give its class total card items as well. this class will help us to load this span whenever the delete or update card item function will work. We are going to reload this one, so we are going to modify the two function here in product controller. At front we will update the update card item function, update sorry update yeah update card item, update card item quantity function we are going to modify. And here uh, we are going to call this function that we have just created total card item. After this we are going to call this function as well. Okay, so this one we are going to return uh, to our ajax in the success. Okay, so after this after status true we are going to return this as well. And the same thing we are going to do with the delete card item as well. Here also we are going to call this function in delete card items. After get card items we are going to call this total card items as well. And here also we are going to return this one as well. Okay, like this. So in both the functions in custom.js, I'm going to open the custom.js located at front. We are going to modify the success here once again. Okay, in update card item as well, and in delete card item as well. In update card item, this is the way we are going to have this total card item. We are going to load this total card item, that class we are going to reload. Okay, so that we are going to do after append card items. We will reload with this class, so this class will have this total card item, we updated total card items here. Okay, so the same thing we are going to do here as well in the success function of delete. So also align it once. Okay, so this is the thing that we are required to do. Now we are going to check this one is working fine or not. Okay, so I'm going to add few of the products once again. See, I'm going to see right now it is 0. Okay, so I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add small, add to card. It is not updating yet. We are going to see why it is not updating. I'm going to open the medium as well, going to add to card. Let's go to the card once again. So I'm going to refresh. No, it is not updating, so it means that there is some issue is there. So we are going to check once here in helper. We are going to debug now this thing. We need to debug this thing. Okay, so we will echo total card items here. Let's see what issue is coming exactly. So why it is not working. So I'm going to refresh here. We'll check in view developer, view source, and here it is showing 0. So it is showing that no products in card. So I'm going to check its session as well. So session ID. So first of all it must come here. So we are going to check step by step its control, that why it is uh, having this issue. So I'm going to refresh here. See, test is coming fine. So after that I'm going to display the session ID. Okay, we need to debug the issue like this, and it will help us to resolve the issue. Okay, so I'm going to refresh it, and session ID is coming here. I'm going to search this one in the MongoDB. So I'm going to see there are no items are added. I am going to check the database .env and make sure the database is project 11. Yes, the database is project 11, but so what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete all the documents of this card. Okay, card collection. And sorry, I'm going to check once again. I'm going to open the MongoDB. I think I click on restart by mistake. So I'm going to open the MongoDB compass once again, and now our database is empty. We are going to check from scratch once again. Okay, and now in project 11 database there must be no collection, there must be no card documents. Yes, now it is empty. Now I'm going to add, let's start once again. I'm going to simply remove this one, that helper. Okay, I'm going to remove this one and this one. So let's see once again, and I'm going to the cart. There are no products, fine. I'm going to add one of the product now. Let's add, let's click on t-shirt and click on small, click on add to cart. Oh, yeah, we have run that. Okay, so once more medium. Now we are going to the cart. Now two products we are able to add. Here we are going to refresh. Yes, two products are added. Now I'm going to check once again. We are going to undo and we'll check the session ID. What is the session ID coming here? I'm going to refresh it once again, and here the session ID is coming. Now I'm going to search for this session ID that matches or not. Okay, uh, yeah, now it is matching. Okay, so here it must display the two items here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply remove this one. Now it must show that total card item as 2, result must be 2. Still it is not showing. We are going to check why it is not showing this one. uh, so still it is showing 0 because I think the issue is with this string. Okay, so it is taking the variable as string, so that is why the issue is coming. And here I'm going to modify it to int. Okay, so let me modify this one to int 32. Okay, and update, and also I'm going to modify this product quantity as well, so that also we are going to save it with this one if it will work fine. Okay, so now see it is the int. Now I'm going to refresh. Now it is working fine. So we need to save every time the card item as int. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to modify the update card item quantity function, and here where we are updating the quantity, here we are simply required to put it as int so that it will save it as int. Okay, so every time if we will update the quantity, we may need to make sure that it must save it like this. And even if we are adding it the quantity for the first time, we need to make sure that it must be added with the int. Okay, so the same thing we are going to require here as well. Okay, so now see, now it must work fine, and we are going to check with the other items as well. So I'm going to remove this one here. Now it is not required. I think it will now work fine. Okay, so let's see. Let's refresh it now, and here we are going to see the two items. So I'm going to click on 2 now. See, it is updated to 3. It's working fine now. You can see 2. Now it is working to 4. Okay, so now finally it is working fine. So I'm going to remove the item. Okay, like I'm going to remove it, these two items I have removed, and it left to the 2. So once again I'm going to remove it, and it left to the 0. So once again I'm going to add the new products. So this time it is working fine, and you can see that how I have resolved this issue after the debugging. See, first debugging is failed, but second debugging we able to resolve it. Okay, so you can see still here it is required add to card. We are required to update the add to card as well, so that it will update the stock here as well. So the same thing we are required to do in the add to card function. In the add to card function, we are required to call this function. Okay, uh, here you can see the add to card every time if we are using the add to card, and then it must modify product added successfully in cart. So here what we are required to do, we will call this one once again, total card item in add to card as well. And here item say this one add to card, fine. And here we are going to have this one, and total card items, we are going to send this one there, total card items like this, total card items. Okay, and this one we are going to reload this add to card there as well with this one, total card items. I'm going to copy this one and add to card. In add to card, we are going to modify this one as well. uh, Here we are going to modify. Let's see if it is working. I'm going to refresh it, and there is some syntax error, and we are going to resolve this one. Okay, so here total card items. Okay, so see, this one is must be added here. Okay, so now it must work fine. Okay, So now you can see the one item is there. I'm going to click on add to cart. So working fine. This time it is working fine. We can able to see the two items we have added so far. Now I am going to add from here as well, and you can see that it's updating fine. So our card count is now working fine. Okay, you can do this at your end, and if you will face any issue, you can surely contact me. So we will continue the series with the other things as well. Okay, so please join as a member if you want to get the complete source code and support, and always subscribe for the new things. Okay, I am bringing very new things that will help you to crack the interviews and will help you as a developer as well. You can able to handle any project after watching these different kind of series. And the MongoDB, PostgreSQL, so time is changing, and you need to update yourself from time to time. Okay, so make sure to subscribe the channel and contact me if you require any help. So that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.